Hello and welcome to Homefront Headlines. I'm Amanda Weinstein.
And I'm Casey Weinstein.
Oh, and we're going to talk about some of the headlines. It's all fine. Everything is burning. It's all fine.
Yeah, we were just talking about
background.
Having our background be that
dog with all the fire.
The dog with the fire.
It's fine. Like when people ask you, how are you? Do you lie and say you're fine? Or
No. I tell them everything. So if you ask me how I'm doing, I'll tell you everything that's going on in my life.
Yeah. Oh.
And yeah, I make a point of that. Yeah. And my stresses and anxieties, and then I go on for a while. But then I do give them an opportunity to tell me how they are.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, no, I'm very deliberate about telling people stuff. Like, I'm not just like, fine. I'm like, no, I'm not great. Not great. In some ways, great. Flu is no longer sweeping through our house, which is nice.
That's nice.
Actually still lingering.
Flu is still a little lingering. This flu is not great.
But we don't have measles yet.
That's true. That's the bright side, right? We don't have measles.
And measles,
we're all vaccinated.
Yeah, of course we are. But measles was completely eliminated about 20 years ago.
I heard RFK was going to eliminate it.
I saw a tweet. RFK, someone saying, I know RFK is going to eliminate measles. And then the community notes was like, it was eliminated, but it's back now because
someone brought it back again.
Anti-vax
That's
movements.
What Make America Great Again meant, is bringing back measles.
Make America measles.
And I feel bad. All I could do is laugh at how ridiculous our country is. But a child actually died.
And those parents should be charged. Those parents should be charged.
Oh.
I think those parents are to believe that child was unvaccinated. And that child's death is on their hands. That's how I feel about it.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, it's terrible. I mean, I know those parents are hurting, but
yeah, sorry. That's like if what I say is your right to be an anti-vax conspiracy theorist ends at the right of these kids, our collective kids, to not get measles, to not die of measles. And that's just one of many illnesses, viruses, incredibly debilitating, that many people alive today dealt with as children, and remember that we had eradicated, that are now coming back because anti-vax views are spreading. And now we have a head of HHS who just canceled the flu shot review. Did you hear that?
Should be great for the flu next year.
Yeah, not good at all. So they canceled the FDA review and like their selection of what flu shot they're going to do. So are we not going to do the flu shot? Because the flu kills many people.
I know, that's true.
It kills many, many people.
Yeah.
And it just it's scary. We have young kids. Like, I don't know what to say.
No, the flu. I mean, the kids, they're so little plague ships. They're very cute plague ships. But also, just being a politician, you meet with so many people, and you can't stop meeting with people. It's part of your job as a politician.
Yeah. Are you saying I'm patient zero for the flu?
I mean,
as I had my flu shot, just saying. Okay. All right. Anytime Amanda gets sick, she is certain it came from me. Now we do sleep together. So, I mean, and sometimes I wake up and your face is like right there and my face is here. So like we probably transmit diseases that way or sicknesses that way.
That's true.
But I don't get you sick every single time. Just putting it out there for the record. No, I do not.
Debatable.
Okay. Well, I'm having a little bit of trouble shaking that flu from last week too.
I think a lot of Americans out there thought like Make America Healthy Again, we would talk about healthier school lunches because it's apparently cool when RFK talks about it, but not Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of Americans realize like the entire Trump administration is nothing but supportive of really wealthy people and corporations. Mm-hmm. And the reason why our food systems are unhealthy is because we're unwilling to regulate our food systems. And it's not going to happen from Trump, I don't think. Do you think he's going to be willing to?
No, let me give you, these are his oligarch friends. Their billionaires are rewriting all of the rules.
Like Monsanto and stuff.
Let me give you an example of how the rules are written. Last week, the Republicans in the Senate in Ohio went down to Florida for the week to have like a week long
spring break. GOP on spring break. Dude, that's not.
I promise it would probably not make for an interesting show. But, you know, they hold fundraisers all week long down there. And, you know, all these interests fly down, max them out.
With the Ohio Republicans go down there.
To Florida. Yeah. They do a week of fundraisers. And while we're doing the budget, you know, all these different lobbying organizations, not all bad, by the way, but these are unfortunately like the rules of the game. They go down, they write max checks while we're writing the budget. So you tell me who's got the proximity and the power and the means to influence our budget, which is the single biggest policy we do as legislators. It's the biggest because it's where the money goes. It's how we appropriate the money. So that going back to RFK Jr., no, it's going to be the big interests that have always dominated things. And there's, you know, and what we are going to see, what changes we are going to see is we're going to reduce vaccination in this country and people are going to get sick and die. And they already are. And it's absolutely terrifying.
It's going to be our most vulnerable. It's going to be children and the elderly.
And the elderly. Yep. Yeah. Yep. So that sucks. And all we can say is get your vaccines. Get your vaccines. They save lives. So,
I mean, it's been interesting. I think people just have heard what they wanted to hear from the Trump administration, whether it was like, oh, we're going to get healthier food systems and, oh, Trump's going to pay for IVF. Did you see the article where she voted for Trump because he was going to make IVF free? Like, and we of course forget like who controls the power of the purse, which is not the president. It's Congress. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that gets lost in the news a bunch of like what he actually can do versus what he can't. And then she ended up getting fired because she's a federal employee. And all the federal employees were like, well, you're not going to fire me. You're going to fire some other federal employee.
Yeah. Like we have a ton of Veterans Administration federal workers where we live. Who support our great VA system. They're getting let go left and right. Like a
lot of veterans are federal employees.
You know, these Doge people. Yeah, right. These Doge people are going in, clashing with people who are trying to protect our data, trying to protect critical services. Then they're firing those people, or those people are being forced to step down, and then the Doge people come in and take their jobs, like their government jobs. Like this is some crazy shit going on. And nobody elected Musk or the Doge, and they are just taking an absolute sledgehammer.
And she said that in the article. She said, I believed him when he said, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. Like
he's a con man. That's what he gets people to believe him. He gets people to believe him.
You don't have to get the majority to believe you. Just 30%.
Yeah. And speaking of firings, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General C.Q. Brown, was fired.
Such great 4-star and replaced with how many stars?
A National Guard 3-star.
Yeah,
he wasn't even eligible.
Wait, I'm curious. What's more, 4 stars or 3 stars?
4.
4 is bigger than 3, which means that General Brown was literally more qualified, just based on the numbers.
Qualified.
4 is bigger than 3. 4 stars is more than 3 stars.
He wasn't even an active duty 3-star general. He'd been out doing venture capital or something, but he supposedly wore a MAGA hat and flattered Trump and told him that he could end the war in Iraq in hours or something like that. And so now he's the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
I mean, totally. That is what they meant by merit was not if you're more qualified, but if you wear the right outfit, which means a MAGA hat. And it's just insane because, I put it in AI and AI was very clear.
Yeah. What did you ask?
I asked it just, hey, AI, who's more qualified for this position? And it was very clear. AI was very nice about it, but AI was like, look, it's definitely General Brown. And here's the 4 reasons why he's more qualified. And he has the experience. He has the command experience. Here's why he's more qualified. But the truth is Trump and Musk inherited their wealth from daddy. They're not interested in a merit-based system. A merit-based system would take away what they have because they didn't earn it. They just got it from daddy, and they're actually largely incapable by all evidence. Trump's had multiple bankruptcies. They are not interested in merit. And in fact, they are interested in taking away DEI, because what DEI does is it tears down the barriers that lets us get the most qualified person like a General Brown,
Right.
who we might not have gotten if those barriers were still in place.
So you're saying they can't compete?
They can't compete.
So they
that sucks.
They
like, I don't know what to say. Like, sorry, you can't compete.
If you're talking merit, General Brown earned it and is widely respected. And you and I, Air Force veterans, went to the Air Force Academy. Many of our classmates are now senior leaders in the Air Force. And I've seen quite a few across this political spectrum, comment on this on social media or change their profile picture to General Brown.
Yeah, sharing a video of him.
Right. Like this is a punch to the gut, because this never happened before, that they've just for no reason fired a chairman of the Joint Chiefs.
For an unqualified lackey, just someone who was wearing a MAGA hat when he wasn't supposed to be wearing a MAGA hat. And so the other thing is they're letting go of the JAGs. Like, this is a huge issue. So if they do something unlawful, they now are replacing JAGs, so the JAGs won't tell them that it's unlawful. Mm-hmm. And now we're siding with North Korea and Russia.
Oh, our new besties. Yeah. That was humiliating to see at the UN that we refused. We not only just like abstained, which would have been bad enough. We voted no. We voted down a resolution condemning Russia's largest land invasion, land war since World War II, and sided with them like they're little puppets at North Korea. Like this, I can't even wrap my brain around that.
No.
That'd be like 1940s America siding with the Germans, and just saying, "Oh no, it's good. They can do whatever they want to do." Like, and I believe like we're with the bad guys on this.
Oh.
And I can't wrap my brain around it, because that's not the America that I grew up. And I'm so proud to be a part of. It's not the America that we know. It stands for liberty, freedom, justice for all, equality of opportunity, equality for all. And we're taking the exact opposite position at the United Nations on the biggest stage, and millions of lives are at stake, both in Ukraine and throughout Europe because of this. What does that say to
American
Putin?
lives? Like, this is making us, this is terrible for national security. That's the whole goal. There's so much instability. I mean, you're just playing with fire. It could lead to a larger war that we have to be pulled in.
What does it tell Putin when we not only don't oppose him or stay neutral, we actively support him and take his line that Ukraine invaded Russia? What kind of, like, that is some bizarre, complete reversal of history.
But that's like their playbook, though. Now they're like, who the real aggressor was? Rosa Parks, by making us all sit on the front of the bus. Okay.
Oh God. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's right. The Tuskegee Airmen were taking white guys.
And our kids are listening. Did you see a girl also committed suicide because she was bullied so much in school of kids threatening her that ICE was going to come and get her family?
Oh, they watch and they see that cruelty and they see that bullying behavior that we exhibit at the top, and it trickles down into the culture and kids see it. And that's just sad. We just brought Andrew Tate. I guess Andrew Tate is coming back.
I know.
To America.
I mean, we had people on our school board that say they don't like all of the human trafficking and the grooming of people. And now
this is a guy who glorifies the abuse of women.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a MAGA hero, and they brought him back. And it is like, I don't know. When you and I were talking about the topics this week, my mind was just flooded with so much bad.
So much bad.
Fires
everywhere.
Yeah.
Big fires everywhere.
The meme.
I know.
The meme. But we've said this on previous shows. The resistance, it's real, it's organized, it's here. People are showing up.
Oh yeah.
People are pushing
They're doing
back.
Something.
We're winning lawsuits to freeze firing of federal workers. I don't know if you saw that one yesterday. that got struck down. Now then it ends up typically being appealed, and then we don't know if it ends up at the Supreme Court, and they just let him do whatever he wants to do. But for now, we're winning some key legal victories. And I don't know, it's just like, it matters when you show up at a town hall, because it changes positions of, just doesn't take many of these Republican congressmen, to grow somewhat of a spine, to stop some of the most extreme things from happening.
I mean, I'm surprised some of those Republicans even have town halls. I think most of them don't. I know our senators have been MIA.
Yeah. Oh God. Well, when you're protected as a member of Congress by a gerrymandered district, you don't have a whole lot of incentive to actually go by the will of the people. You just listen to Donald Trump, I guess. I
heard some of them are really scared. That's why they can't stand up.
Imagine being more scared of him than the voters who like your neighbors, the people you represent. Not scared, but more accountable to a party boss than you are to your voters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But I don't know. Keep showing up. Keep being there. Speak up. Find groups to organize, get organized with. I keep giving shout outs to some of our local groups. They're starting to organize and hold meetings, and people are, ultimately this energy is what we had last time around, and it led to a Democratic wave in 2018. And that's what we can build toward next year.
It's fine.
No more thoughts today. Okay. All right. Well,
so it's going to be fine. This is what you're telling me, right?
I've never seen you kind of speechless about stuff, but anyways, any closing thoughts this week?
No.
Anything else on your mind? How are you doing?
I slept 11 hours the other day.
Oh.
I highly recommend it.
Oh, okay. That's great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Get your sleep. Thank you for joining us. And thank you to my wife and co-host for powering through. She's not feeling 100% today, but it's important that we get the message out, and we, let folks know what's happening and how you can fight back. So this has been Homefront Headlines. I'm Casey Weinstein.
I'm Amanda Weinstein.
Have a great weekend.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.